You are watching Catch the Craze TV.
Catch the Craze in the house. No doubt. So check the flow, cause you know I got soul. The name is Catch the Craze, baby. So act like you know what's called Catch.
Testing. This is Michelle St.Martin from Catch the Craze over here at the New York Comic Con 2008. I'm here at the Chaotic booth 931 with Matt Wang and Drew Nolosco. Here in the Chaotic booth, they have designed and the creators actually of the Chaotic trading card game, which is being
Just the designers.
just the designers.
Not the creators. You can't take that.
Okay. Let's start by talking about you guys. How did this begin?
Chaotic's a brand. It's a Danish brand. It was a hit over there, and 4Kids Entertainment purchased the property and brought it over here, and they spent a couple years developing it, really animating it, and now it's on Fox right now. It's doing really well. The card game launched in October. The website launched subsequently after that, and a lot of momentum. The cards are doing well. The cartoon is doing well, and we're very excited. The Set 2, Zenith of the Hive, just came out this week in stores, and people are loving it right now. Chaotic is one of the most unique card games out there. It's unlike any other trading card game out there right now. Basically, in other trading card games, they're resource building games. You build up a little bit. A good analogy is Monopoly. It takes a little while, right, to go around the board a couple times, build some hotels. No, in Chaotic, Drew, you agree, right? What do you do with the first thing?
First thing you do in the first turn, Chaotic, the first thing you do is attack. And all your creatures start in play. You build your army and set it up, and it's a lot like a war game. You set up your entire army on the board, and then the first thing you do is start beating on your opponent's guys.
All right. How did you guys get involved in this? How did you? Have you been involved with the company since the beginning, or?
We got involved. We have a strong relationship with 4Kids Entertainment, and we just got involved. Working on the game. It's a long story.
That's okay.
It's a long story. It'll take like 5 minutes to go into it, but we got involved about 2 years ago with 4Kids on the game, and we work with production, the creators, and various other components of the company, the programmers, to bring the best game out there.
All right. And you, same thing?
Yep, Matt's my boss.
Okay.
So I do game design work for him and brand development.
All right. What are your influences? How did you start in this craziness?
I'll let Drew has some good answers.
Go ahead.
Okay, how did I get started as a game designer?
Yeah.
Well, Monopoly is a kind of funny example because I actually hate Monopoly. And when I was a kid, I decided I wanted to be a game designer because I wanted to make Monopoly better. And then I sort of just grew from there. And I've worked on other game properties and other collectible card games. And Matt and I started working on the Chaotic brand with 4Kids. And we were responsible for doing a lot of the individual card design and coming up with new mechanics. And so all the creatures that you play and the attacks that you make, we've had a hand in figuring out what they do and how you can have an exciting game.
Okay. Did you guys, are games like your main influence, or, how did you just begin?
I do pretty much nothing but play games.
Okay.
My game influences are, I influenced heavily by European board games, like Settlers of Catan and Ticket to Ride. I've also been playing Magic since Antiquities, which was like the third set. So I've played pretty much every collectible card game out there. I used to do tournament organization. Years ago, I worked for these guys when I was a kid in high school running tournaments, and that's how I got into the professional side of collectible card game design and development, and it's sort of grown from there.
Okay. And you?
My influences, Drew and I actually share a lot of the same influences. He just is too shy. TV shows, we watch a lot of the same TV shows. We love Battlestar Galactica, Lost, comic books. I'm very excited for Secret Invasion coming out, and Final Crisis. I saw Grant Morrison yesterday, and I almost fanboyed out. Game influences, very similar to Drew's, European-style board games, online games.
Except Matt's a better Magic player than I am.
Yeah, but you're
Matt actually has one professional events, whereas I have not.
Okay.
but Drew's a much better WoW player than I am. So, but no, our team is really diverse. We all have different influences. I come at. I have an economics degree, so I look at things sometimes from a game theory point of view, very quantitative point of view. Drew has a lot of experience in kids' games and really comes at it from the kids' point of view, which is so valuable for us. We have other guys who are rules lawyers. I'm a big D&D fan, so Drew and I are the big D&D fans in the office, so we geek out on that.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Where do you see this going in, say, I know this is kind of maybe long-term, but maybe 5 years from now?
I think Chaotic is showing so much momentum right now, so much growth. The cartoon, as I said, is just ratings are going like this. Sales right now are going like this. If you didn't know, Set 1 Dawn of Perm is sold out on the distributor level. It's carried in all the major mass market retail stores, hobby game stores. Those are all important channels for it. And I think 5 years from now, you're really going to see, you're really going to see this kind of competing with all the major other trading card brands out there. But I think it's good for the industry. The more kids, the more players, the more teenagers, the more adults we get playing trading card games, the larger the pie is going to grow. And that's good for everyone in the business. If Yu-Gi-Oh! Is doing well, that means we're going to probably be doing well. Pokemon's doing well. If Chaotic's doing well, all these other great brands are doing well. So I think there's a lot of room for that to happen.
One of the things that's really unique about Chaotic is that you don't just get to play on tabletop with physical cards. You can play online as well. And I'm going to pull my deck out of my pocket here.
Go right ahead.
All right, see if you can focus in on this card. See there's the 12-digit code at the bottom of this card?
Right.
Every card has one, and that's unique to this particular card, this particular piece of cardboard. And when you buy these cards, you can upload the code online, and you get that very card for free in your online account.
Excellent.
So you don't have to purchase any additional items to play online. Everything that you get in your physical deck or pack can go right into your online account. And that's really, really good for the momentum and the growth of the brands, because one of the things that limits collectible card games at their start is, I buy my first deck of cards and I'm really excited and I don't know anybody else who plays.
Okay.
And what am I going to do? I can't play alone. But with Chaotic, you get your first purchase of stuff and you're really excited, and then if you don't know anybody who plays, you can just go right online and find a whole community of people who play already.
So you can network just right off the bat.
Exactly, and the online community has more and more people redeeming their codes and creating accounts online and creating armies and fighting, and chaoticgame.com is really the place to go for new players.
Excellent.
Drew really touched upon it just now. Economically, it's great for new players. You buy a pack of cards, you're getting 2 games almost in one. That's why we have all these computers set up right here to allow new players to upload the promo cards we give them. And also, one of the unique things about this game is that every card is almost unique. Not only does it have that unique code, but the stats on the card are slightly different. Some of them have a little higher energy, some of them have a higher power, and it's really exciting.
You can show that.
And it's really exciting. No other card game does that right now. No other card game allows you to really, just jump in immediately. And, I wake up sometimes in the middle of the night, I go, I have this great idea. I just go online and test out immediately. While, normally people just have to wait till Saturday or Sunday when they go to the store and then test something out. No, there's immediate gratification here and, at a great price point.
Or Matt has a great card idea in the middle of the night and calls me.
Like, what's going on?
And
I had this awesome Danian music I think I just thought of.
95% of the time, Drew laughs at my idea and hangs up.
But the 5% of the time are real gems.
But that's how it is. That's how it is usually.
Right. This is a question you've probably been asked before, I'm not sure, but an aspiring young designer or whatever, do you have any advice for them if they want to break into this industry?
Yes, I have tons.
Good.
The number one thing if you really want to design games for a living is to play games. You really have to understand everything about games, and the way to understand that is to just play it. Don't just play your favorite games. Play the games that you don't think you're going to like, and figure out why you don't like them, and figure out how you'd make that better. And really understand what your friends enjoy about the games that you play with them, and what they don't like, and take that with you. And when you go to make a new game, then you'll have all that experience of why people are satisfied with their games and what they find fun about it. And then the other piece of advice that I'd have is for a young game designer, is to learn about a wide variety of stuff. The more you know a little bit about history and a little bit about math and a little bit about science and a little bit about politics, you can draw upon all these little bits of knowledge into the games that you create. And those are really great places to get ideas for new games. And look at all the games that are around you. Look at the board games and the card games. Let's go back to Monopoly. That's a real estate game. I mean, real estate's kind of boring, but when you make it into a game form, it's kind of interesting. And so, just learn.
Okay. Matt?
Just to expand on what Drew said, everything Drew said is, totally spot on. But, try different variety of games, computer games, board games, card games, family games, like stuff you might not necessarily like. And, I recommend, I love game theory classes. I'm an econ major. For those of you who don't know what game theory is, just really, you really understand. It teaches you the fundamentals of how players will make decisions, and understanding the underlying psychology is really important. But Drew's spot on. Keep an open mind, learn a lot. Try to learn about a variety of things, and be open to new ideas. I think that's most important. Be flexible, and play a lot of games, no matter what they are.
This is great, valuable advice. You guys have a website. I know that.
ChaoticGame.com.
ChaoticGame.com?
Yep, you can go there and you can find forums and information about Chaotic the game, and you can talk to other players. And that's also where you play online, so you go there to upload your cards.
All right. Thanks a lot, guys. I appreciate it.
One more.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
Sorry.
No, that's fine.
ChaoticGame.com. You go in. You don't necessarily have to buy cards to try out the game. Just go to ChaoticGame.com. You get a free starter deck to play, and then you can play and just really learn the rules and everything. No one have to pay anything.
Great. That's excellent. I'm here with Matt and Drew from Chaotic. This is Michelle St.Martin. And back to you, Sammy, New York Comic Con 2008.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.